While churches rose to the sky in Europe, in 12th century Africa, they were being carved out of the ground. These Christian pilgrims in Ethiopia are on their way to worship at one of them. In these highlands, in the 12th century, Lalibela, a new king from a new dynasty, built a new holy capital. Today, Lalibela's legacy lives on, in the physical splendor of the churches and the traditions of their guardian priests.
My blessed people and congregation, churches with no mud, no wood, and no cement. You cannot find anything like this in the rest of the world. You are all blessed because you are here. This place was built by God.
Every year on St. George's Day, pilgrims gather to celebrate a faith that has endured here for 16 centuries. These Christians claimed that God brought the Ark of the Covenant and the tablets of the Ten Commandments to their land. On holy days today, priests carry on their heads replicas of the tablets, wrapped in gilded cloth. The people of Ethiopia have been carving churches out of mountains for more than 1,000 years. But the 11 churches of Lalibela symbolize their achievement to the outside world. Become a legend, his story told by monks even today.
There was a city called Roha, where lived a man who belonged to one of the most noble of families, one of the richest in gold, silver, garments, precious stones, servants and maids. He had a child who became the mysteriously named Lalibela.
In the legend, the king's greatness was recognized at birth. A swarm of bees descended on his cot as if around honey.
His mother named him Lalibela, which means the bee has recognized him as king.
And we definitely give thanks to the King, glorify Negus and Agas, the King of Kings, the life giver and the keeper of life. Holy Emmanuel Eyes, Lassie Jah, Rastafari. We definitely welcome you into the Tiger's Nest. Of course, you know the Honorable Priest Isaac here with you. We are keeping a joy and of course, holding a nice level of salvation order Yes, as you could see, what we're going to be talking about this evening, we're going to be talking about the churches of Lalibela. So we're going to spend a moment as I'm saying that the showers have started to come down. So today is the 3rd day of January on the calendar, at least when this was recorded. It is the parahelion. This is the day when the sun is closest to the earth. So it's a power time. And then, of course, you may see right there in front of you the spring equinox 2021. We're definitely doing it for 2021, no matter what's going on in the earth, from Thursday the 18th to Sunday the 21st day of March this year, 2021, right here in Anu, right here in Antigua. We'll be definitely having the spring equinox double hike to Green Castle Hill. In fact, the poster that you are looking at here, all you have to do is to contact me via email, priestisiac27@gmail.com, and I would send you a copy of this poster so you could have a better look. I'll be doing a whole program, several programs on the upcoming hike, so you don't have to worry about that. The upcoming event, we're talking about island tour, we're talking about specific lecture for the Saturday evening. We'll be also watching the movements of the heavens from Green Castle Hill amongst the megaliths. For those who don't have no idea what I'm talking about, obviously you don't have the book Anu, Ancient and Modern, man, just email us, man, I will take care of you from there. But definitely right on our doorsteps, it is next Sunday, pardon me, Sunday, the 10th of January, it's Sunday the 10th of January, if I'm correct, yes, talking about the Lalibela Christ and Christ Mass. Now, you see, what we will be doing here today, we are prepping. You know, every time we have an online lecture, we always prep going up onto the online lecture. Make sure we do a few, episodes on YouTube. Definitely this strong on the shock of the hour. Those of you who are members of the shock of the hour. I mean, every night will not be Lalibela, but we'll be touching on some serious stuff because Sunday's program, I am telling you, the information and the level that we intend to carry it on Sunday, I am sure each and everyone will love to be in the house Sunday for that online lecture, Lalibela, Christ and the Christ Mass. Because remember, the 7th of January upcoming is the Christ Mass. That is Thursday upcoming. Remember, this was recorded on the 3rd of January, 2021. So if you're seeing it after, well, you'd understand the delay. But for sure, this coming Thursday is the 7th, so Friday is the 8th, Saturday the 9th, Sunday will be the 10th. The 10th, 2021, we're talking about Lalibela, Christ, and the Christ Mass. And you may say, well, I don't need to hear nothing about that. Well, listen, I think just what we will get into this evening alone, and on the 7th as well, Christ Mass, I intend to have a special program on Christ Mass too, for the YouTube as well. That is totally different than the shock of the hour programs. And I will be highlighting Lalibela once again, and the relationship with the Christ. And I'm telling you, no matter what you're getting, all of that is just to set you and prepare you for Sunday evening. We are talking about the 10th day of January 2021, Lalibela, Christ and the Christ Mass, admission only, 20 United States dollars currency. The starting time, remember this is sharp time now, will be 7 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time, which is actually 6 p.m. Eastern time, which is 11 p.m. UK time. I mean, if you're not in one of them times, you're supposed to can work it out from there. And of course, you can make all payments via our Cash App, which of course is Atonra 2723. But I'm going to make it easy. You could just go in the description below. The link for the Cash App is right in the description below. You just press it, it carries you there. You just make your payment, you contact us via the email, and you get your key so that you could enter into the lecture hall. I wouldn't advise that you wait until the last moment. And as I said, definitely intend to be a dynamic lecture for that moment. Now, as I said, we intend to give an idea of where we will be going. And I'm telling you, on Sunday, we definitely will be utilizing certain apps in our Google Earth and different things so we can even enter into some of these temples to highlight certain things as it relates to Lalibela and the Christhood. Because anyone who would have listened to the presentation we gave, I think it was previous year on the Christ Mass, it was making a connection with Lalibela and the Christ. Now, if you did not see that, it would be nice for you to watch that video. I can't even remember the actual name of it, but it's Lalibela and something with Christ, 7th of January. You know, in my YouTube page I'm talking about, you know, so you could revisit it. I can't remember the name, I'm telling you, but it hits the point. But the point is that that's not necessarily what we'll be speaking of tonight. We may touch a bit of that for the video that will be uploaded on Thursday for Christ Mass. Yes, we'll be uploading videos between that too, but the one for Thursday for sure will be somewhat aligning the whole mystic of Lalibela in the Christhood. But Sunday's lecture now, mathematics, man, that's the most I can say for now. Mathematics. Now you see, for those who may not know, you got a little idea at the beginning, Lalibela, the ancient Ethiopian king, and from the Zagwe dynastic period. We'd hear a lot about him, and Thursday for sure we may go more into that aspect, that historical aspect of the mighty King Lalibela. But what stands out about him is some say 11, some say 12, some say 13, some even say 10 monolithic churches that was built under his watch, although archaeology tends to date these different temples, also known as churches, to different time in history. Some far back from, you know, hundreds of years before Lalibela time. But the history of it and the legend of Ethiopia says that all of these churches were built around the very same time under the reign of mighty King Lalibela. Now, there's a whole story that goes into it, and we will be reading from specific manuscripts, specifically on Sunday, giving you a much better understanding of Lalibela's youth and growing up and how he became king and his relationship with his half brother and his half sister and his father, and again how he came by the crown and how he was merciful unto his brother and how he was considered Christ in flesh. It is said that when you see the face of Lalibela, you really see the face of Christ. So all of that is very important. Some people have his reign somewhere around 1157 to about 1212. You'll find different dates, it varies, but it's basically around that time. So I'm giving you a good idea. Again, he is one of the kings of a dynastic rule known as the Zagwe dynasty. And the Zagwe dynasty, which is said to have come from the Aga people, the Zagwe dynasty now would have, according to the legend, would have been from the Aaronic, the Levite tribe, because remember the lineage of the kings of Ethiopia is said to have been of the Solomonic lineage, which is that of Judah. But the Zagwe dynasty, of which King Lalibela, who just for a short time, the dynastic period I mean, was that of Levi, specifically of Aaron, his brother Moses, etc. Because, you know, you would go straight into the subject, taking for granted that some people never, you know, was au fait with even this sort of information. So basically that is what it is. In fact, some authors stress the point that King Lalibela did not even want his own son to become king after him because he was bent, heaven bent. You ever hear people say hell bent? Well, he was Zion bent, or Zion straight. Yeah, gotta get these words straight. He was Zion straight on on making sure that the lineage went back to the Solomonic dynastic lineage. So in other words, although he was king and there were those before him that were king, he wanted to make sure that he take this from this Levi Aaronic lineage and put it back to the Judaic Solomonic lineage. Now, from my understanding, that is not exactly what happened after him. For my knowledge of the history, the Zabuan dynastic period continued. Okay, good. As I said, hey man, I'm looking forward to you on Sunday for us to go into that a little more efficiently. And still on Thursday, right here on the YouTube station for the Christ Mass. Yeah, man, we're going to have a blast with that one. Yeah, man. And praise the Most High in the righteous way in feasting and fast. So what we're looking at here is like an overlay, looking at an overview, an aerial view, I should say, of the area of Lalibela. It is in an area known as Lasta. Roja specifically is that area which has taken on the name of the great king. So basically, when you look, as I said, we're looking here at a map of the Lalibela town. And it is said that the Lalibela churches are divided into three main groups. You have the group 1 and the group 2 and the group 3. And in group 1, and you see it here, you have the number, just giving you an idea. This area here in yellow is basically where you have the churches. In fact, this is the World Heritage boundary, because you see the key over here, the World Heritage boundary. All right, good. So you have Bete Medani or Mehani Alem. Some say Medani, some do not pronounce the D. Mahani Alem, which means savior of the world. Then you have Beta Mariam, and Beta means the house of, by the way. Then you have Bete Mascal, or Mascal, depending on how, or Mescal. You know, the E and the A would be, you know, switching around in many different aspects, many different spellings, and where you see the word. Beta and Mascal is cross, by the way. And then you have Bete Denegel. I think that means virgin, the house of the virgins. But don't worry, we have all the translations and all the interpretations, and I'll be getting to that in a moment. And then we have Bete Golgotha / Michael. Then you have the group, the second group of rock-hewn churches. Now remember, for those who do not know, we're dealing with churches that were hewn out of solid rock. I mean, you see the mountainside, rock mountain, like Greencastle here. And over a short period of time, this mountainside and other aspects of the area has been transformed into this holy metropolis of freestanding, as well as churches that are literally carved into the side of the mountain as well. Monolithic structures, temples, also referred to as churches. So in the second group now, you have Beta Emmanuel or Emmanuel, house of Emmanuel. Anything is better is house of Beta Kedis, Maracorios. I think that is Mark, if I'm not mistaken. Then you have Bete Abba Libanos, Bete Gabriel and Raphael. And then you have Bete Lehem, which is Bethlehem, really, or Bete Lethem, Bethlehem. And then you have the third group, which is really one church, which is Bete Gerogis. All right, so you could see everything here, family. This is group 1 with these 5 mentioned here. This is group 2 with these 5 mentioned here, really. And this is group 3 with this one mentioned here. And this is why some would say that there are 11 churches. And I would say that when we first came into the faith of Rastafari, one of the main, the first, I should say, the first time I heard of these churches, and I was reading about them, that's like sometime in the 90s, and that was before, you know, Rastafari itself as a faith, but understanding history and seeking knowledge. I was sure I came across that there were 13 of these churches and 72 more. I don't know if anyone has ever come across that. I just cannot put my hand on the source. And 72 smaller ones scattered in the highlands. Now, for sure, we know that rock-hewn churches are not something unique to Lalibela. That has been going on for a while. Not even just in Ethiopia. Rock-hewing monuments, not just monuments, but structures, you know, to temples, etc. You know, Petra, you know, different places all over. It's nothing new. We've been making caves for a long time, even when Italy was busting into Ethiopia. If you've seen some of those videos, you see when the mighty warriors actually have to go to the point where they are making caves in the what do you call it, in the mountains, so that they can go and hide their family. Place of refuge, really. That's what it is. So even in those cases, you could find us, even what you would call recent modern times. That's just a few years ago, the Italian War. We were making houses in the caves to secure ourselves. I see videos of that. Go straight in, making tunnels. So in that ancient time, I'm showing you that we were on a level where we were just creating, taking hard rock and creating just like the pyramids. So 13 of them, 72 in the highlands, because we were doing that, yeah. But then now I started to see some writers say that there are 12 of them. I said 12. And then mostly you hear that there are 11 of them. 11. So exactly where we are going here. Let me read something for you from our website. In fact, I'd like to share it with you so you can see it for yourself. Sometimes when you share these people things, you gotta be careful. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yes, this one also goes into the 11 churches here. Bete Mariam, Madhani Alem, Golgata, Michael, Bete Danagiel, and this one refers to the northern group. So this is just a bit of knowledge for us. The western group, again, which is really one, the Church of St. George at Lalibela, and then you have the eastern group, which is Bete Emmanuel and Bete Abba Libanos, Bete Kedos, Merekorekos, I think I pronounced it a bit off the first time, and Bete Lehem, and Bete Gabriel, and Raphael. It's good to know the names of these churches, you know, as we speak of Lalibela from time to time. All right, good. Now, this is the church that we are more familiar with, the Church of St. George, the Rock Church of Lalibela. But listen to the mystic here now. When you study the churches, and I want to give you, just hold with me a second there. I want to give you, before we even go into the mathematics thereof, because it's maths we're dealing with, I would like to give you the meaning of these churches with understanding, so we can move on the next level. So, and we could, you know, gather the understanding properly. Now, these churches here mystically, again, carved out of the rocks. Okay, just hold tight with me there, so I could just give you the interpretation thereof. All right, here we are. Yes, I hope you can see it. And this one is taken from speakseasy.wordpress.com. Just giving you, this is directing you to the UNESCO identifying the 11 churches. All right, so again, Bete Mahani or Madani Alem, Savior of the world. Okay, and listen to this, home to Lalibela's cross, and believed to be the largest monolithic church in the world. You understand? So it's good to know this. This is the Savior of the world, the largest of them all, the home of the cross. All right, then you have Bete Mariam, the house of Mariam, possibly the oldest of the churches. Some archaeologists specifically say it is the oldest of the churches, and a replica of the tombs of Adam and Christ. Then you have Bete Golgotha Michael, the house of Golgotha Michael, known for its arts and said to contain the tomb of King Lalibela himself. Just follow that good, eh? Now you have Bete Mascael, which is the house of the cross. Bete de Nagel, house of virgins. Yes, I was correct with that one. This one is Bete Girogis. I see this as a video, but I know it as Girogis, Church of St. George itself. Then you have Bete Emmanuel, the house of Emmanuel, possibly a former royal chapel, quite interesting. Then you have Bete Kidos Merecorias again, house of St. Mark. Yes, that's specifically what it is, which may be a former prison. All right, that's what they say there. Bete Abba Libanos, the house of Abbot Libanos. Bete Gabriel Raphael, the house of the angels. Gabriel Raphael, possibly a former royal palace linked to a bakery. And bakery is interesting because the next one is Bete Lehem, the house of holy bread. You check it, link to the bakery. All right, and here you get a good understanding of some of these beloved and holy structure. Also 11. So now, where do you, and you again, you see the website, where do you get this concept? Not me, but where is the concept coming from? That in Lalibela you have, one says 10, one says 11, one says 12, and one says 40. And I am saying that it is a science. It is not by chance, it is not by mistake. Now, when you understand the science, first of all, you're looking here at, you would hear mentioned Bete Maskel. Now, we went through everything approximately 3 times a moment ago. So this is Bete Maskel. Now, sometimes, for those who count 10 churches of Lalibela, when you check their lists, for one reason or the other, they leave out Bete Maskel or Meskel, which is said to be the house of the cross. Now, why do they leave out Bete Meskel? Some refer to it as an annex, although it's not directly connected to this giant here, which is Bete Mariam. Bete Mariam, this is Lalibela, is considered to be the oldest of the churches. And it is said that Bete Maskel is in the courtyard of Bete Mariam. So in some authors and scholars' view, it is seen to be one. So if seen as one, it is really 10. But if seen as 2, it is really 11. Then you may say, well, I mean, it's obviously 2. not because it's in the same courtyard. It's obviously 2. So it is really 11 churches. All right. All right. Then you have this masterpiece here. This is the masterpiece known as Bete Golgotha / Michael. Now, the reason why it's called Golgotha and still Michael, because it is actually 2 churches in one. In fact, it is in the Golgotha area where King Lalibela is buried. This church itself is known for its sculpture, its artwork, and its beautiful, presentation of the prophets and the saints of such a faith. But it is 2 in 1. So in reality, if we consider it as 2 in 1 and not 1, it is not 11 churches now. It is actually 12 churches. But then again now, in the same way, you have this church, because it's one church. It's Betty, Gabriel, Raphael. You see, they do not refer to it as Betty Gabriel and Betty Raphael. It's Betty Gabriel, Raphael. But again, it's 2 churches. And you may say, no, it's 1. But then now, in these cases, in one of the churches, sisters cannot go. So obviously it's not 1, it's 2. So if this is the case now, where Betty Raphael Gabriel, or Gabriel Raphael, is really 2 departments and 2 churches, we actually have 13 churches at Lalibela. And this whole ordeal that I carried you through a moment ago, I'm sure somewhere through it you may be saying, so what are the priest telling us all of this for? Because I mean, if you want to be learned, as they say, if you're a scholar in your field, if it's knowledge, you want understanding. Not saying you have to know everything in the world, but at least in reasoning and in listening. Because when you comprehend things, it helps you to listen to other things better. Believe me. So then now, when you see that Lalibela has 10 churches, you will know why they say that. When you see Lalibela have 11 churches, you will know why they say that. When you see Lalibela have 13 churches, you will know exactly why they say that. In fact, I like to say that Lalibela have 13 churches because of what I just explained here. It's more than Lalibela, it's a high science. We'll be going deeper into this on Sunday. It's a high science. Because even though, see, like you hear, I said now, how many churches are at Lalibela? Those who have gone through, or at least going through our homeschool program, at least to a certain point, they would know the answer to that in the same way that I just explained to you. Because even in our homeschool program that we do, we prepare this same level of knowledge and information on a level that is, applicable for the child. And since I made that stop, I think it would be remiss of me since I made that stop, if I did not remind you that you could get a copy of that brochure that you would have seen me show you. I will show you before this program is over. You could get a copy of the brochure by just emailing me, and I send you the copy of that brochure with all the details as it relates to the international homeschool. As I see ones still emailing and saying, asking for such. well, then the brochure is right there. We just email back the brochure for you. The science there in the Lalibela churches, Jacob in the Bible. So Jacob had 12 sons. So Jacob had 12 sons. So Jacob and his 12 sons is 12 and one is 13. But Jacob had a daughter as well. So that is 12 plus 1, 13 plus 1, 14. You see that science, it's maths. Because even within the 12 tribes, you read, I hope I have this correctly, but you read in Revelation, it talks about the 12 tribes, and it talks about them coming into their fullness. And you have 12,000 numbered from each tribe, and it was 12 of them, and the tribes were numbered. You understand? And if I'm not mistaken, the tribe of Dan was missing. The tribe of Dan was missing. And yeah, remember Ephraim and Manasseh is one tribe. But Ephraim and Manasseh became two. Just check that science highly. So Benjamin became two. And there are cases where you hear Ephraim and you still hear Benjamin mentioned. Some heavy science, it's mathematics. The Bible is highly coded. Because even in the land of Israel, according to the scripture now, I'm not talking Palestine now, I'm talking the way that it is set up in the code. Even the land of Israel now, remember the Jordan run between this land, and the tribes, most of the tribes are on one side, and the lesser of the tribes are on the other side. That's basically what it is, you know. But one tribe occupies both sides. This tribe is Manasseh, which is not really a tribe. Manasseh is half of a tribe, is half of Benjamin, which is Manasseh, and Ephraim. It is science. I know some may say, well, you're just carrying that too far. No, man, them is heavy vibes. That is why amongst the original 12 tribes now, Levi was never recorded. Levi is not recorded. This is heavy. Eh? That's why Levi does not have a plot of land when you plot out the tribes. So if it's really 12 tribes, you should have 12 plots. But we don't have 12 plots. Why? Because Levi don't have a plot. Oh, so it's 11 plots. Well, not really, because Benjamin get 2 plots, one for Manasseh and one for Ephraim. Oh, so it's 13 plots. Well, yeah, but Manasseh get 2 plots, one on this side of the river and one side of the river. So it's 14 plots. Yeah, man, that's your Bible there. Yeah, throw it in the rubbish. That's your Bible there. It's science. The heavens. Everybody bawling about the 13th constellation now. I don't want to make nobody feel no way, man. But I could show you how much emails people would send me saying, hey, why you don't do a program on the 13th constellation? You see, we did one the other day. Why you don't do? You should. And I mean, yo, trust me, when we've been saying 13th constellation, anyone that follow us for a while knows when we were saying 13th constellation, the serpent holder. Anyone in Antigua, England, St. Lucia, Barbados, Trinidad, you know what's going on. When we've been saying the serpent holder, nobody know what you're talking about. Now it's big news. So 12 zodiac sign become 13 zodiac sign. So what is it really? Someone was, should I even bring that up? Someone was making a comment about the size of the zodiac sign and each sign cannot be 30 degrees. It's not the size of the sign, but the space it commands. The smaller size still commands the same space in the heavens. That's the science of it, you know. But yeah, so serpent holder, 12 signs become 13 signs. Serpent holder. But the serpent holder and Scorpio really command the same space, the same 30 degrees. But in a sense, it is two constellations, but they're both, in a sense, in the ecliptic belt in the same space, the same 30 degrees. So now Gemini is a man and a woman. So 13 becomes 14 then, because Gemini is 2, is a man holding a woman's hand. It's one constellation. So that same from 10 to 11 to 12 to 13 to 14, that science is deep. And you see it in many different places that I could sit here and point out. The disciples and Christ, you see that same thing, not just the 12, but how the 12 usher between 11 and 12 and 13 and 14, and one drop out and a new one coming. It's that same science. And the woman is also a disciple, just like, as I said, Jacob had a daughter, so he had 12 sons. Talk about Jacob and his 12, but it was Jacob and his 13, and he make 13, yeah, but he make 14 now, and one of his 12 bust into 2. Follow that, man. You know, rewind it and listen to it again. It's deep, especially when you check about the land now, because I'm seeing Africa when I talk about the land of Israel, eh? But however you see it, when you check about the land and you understand the science of again, a land divided into 12, but you don't count Levi. That's why you don't see Levi recorded. Interestingly, Levi was numbered. Levi don't get numbered, but he was numbered in Revelation amongst the 12,000 of his tribe. Interesting. And Dan again wasn't there. You know, some deep science. So 12 tribe, eh? Yeah. So 12 plot, no. 11, but no, none for Levi. Levi live all over the land of Israel. Yeah. Yeah, but Benjamin bust in too. Just to refresh you, Benjamin bust in too. So it's not 11 then. It's 12. Right. Yeah, but one of Benjamin youth still bust in two again. Manasseh, one side and the other side. So it's 13. And how you going on? Something else. But anyway, you can sit down and do the maths. But the main point I'm making is that coming back to Lalibela, that's the point. You can check out the arithmetic when I done do the talking. I may have added or subtracted something a little off, but it's the principle. I know you get the principle of what I say. You know what I mean? So if the maths teachers are watching and I made a slight mistake somewhere or something, feel a little off there. But you got the point. It's the same science in Lalibela. It's not by mistake. We do that all over the place because we are the original, as they would say, masons. Our craft is the original craft. This is mason craft here, obviously, as we carve the church from the living rock, you know. Yeah, Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, I. King Lalibela Earth Day is the 7th of January, yeah? So that is why we will be touching upon King Lalibela on the 7th of January. You know, also, as I said before Sunday the 20, the Sundays again. Let me go back here and see something. Sunday the 10th, our days is, come on, over too far. Sunday the 10th of January 2021. Yes, we're talking about Lalibela Christ and Christ Mass. So even what we just went through there is just a little preparation. I'm sure it would have added to your understanding of the dynamics as it relates to King Lalibela. And as I said, let me just remind you as well, you could definitely email me so you could get your copy of the brochure highlighting the international homeschool program that you know we offer. You could definitely get it so you could browse it for yourself properly. All of our information is on there, even specific links that you could even connect to get even more understanding of what is available for your young ones. And even if it's not your young ones, it can be you yourself, definitely. So please just contact me. It's a simple thing, and we would send you this brochure that you yourself feel free. It's up to you. If you want to copy it, you could share it with your friends so they get a good idea of what we have to offer as well. Those of you who have visited our online program itself, I'm speaking of the presentations that we make from time to time. Not the whole school program, but the online presentation. Like, for example, when was it? A few Saturdays ago, we had an hour online presentation, which was just free to the public. For those who come to that program, you would see some of our scholars in the chat room, and you would see how they would be responding even to the questions that we asked. Those are little ones, they're 5-year-old and 6 years old, just responding to the questions that we asked. And that is because of, I would say for sure, the level of quality of that international old school program that we put forward. So this is why I listen, I got to talk for myself. It's definitely worth the value thereof. It's definitely worth it. And as I said, the payment is per month, 50 United States dollars. Of course, when you enroll for a full year, enroll the child. And it's not just for a child, if it's a household. I mean, it could be 20 people there and you have it for however long, and somebody else come along and you share it with them. Because what happens, remember, you get the classes every day. You know, the classes are sent out every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then the classes are in video form and appear in your inbox daily. I'm actually reading the flyer for you, not the flyer, but the brochure. So basically, when you make that payment, now if you take the year package instead of doing it monthly, it's up to you. You could do it monthly, but if you take the year package, it's only $300, which means you save $200 from that specific package there. And everything else you see here is intact, even when you see children love their daily lesson. Hey, as I said, this here is a link. I can't link it here for you. You got to ask for the brochure. This link takes you to one of the presentations that we did, and you could see for yourself the reaction from those who are already on the program itself. So when we said children love their daily lessons, it's not no mistake, and it ain't no joke for sure. And as you would know, it is astronomy and African heritage that is offered here. So basically what happens, you would get more than 160 classes at the end of the day. So you pay the $300, you could just sit back and know you're getting 160 little episodes. They're not long. Well, some of them are a bit lengthy still, but somewhere between 15, 20, 25 minutes. One or two would have touched the 30 minutes mark for specific reasons. You get that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is an ease off. We just we send it to you daily, so that we make sure you yourself get it on that level. And at the end of the day, 160 of these classes that you will specifically receive. So, and as we say here, our scholars surprise even their parents with the material that they retain. Astronomy and African history. So just contact me, and basically after reading all of this, maybe you don't need the brochure. You could just contact me, priestisaac27@gmail.com, and definitely we could make all arrangements. But for sure, and remember, if you're a subscriber to the Shock of the Hour, this is the Lalibela Christ and the Christ Master. You don't even have to worry. You'll be definitely getting your key to enter into the lecture hall on Sunday again, the 10th day of January. We give thanks, looking forward to the presentation on Thursday. Looking forward to the presentation on Thursday. Of course, we'll be definitely highlighting this lecture for Sunday when we come in the house on Thursday. And for all those who are looking to take advantage of this right about now, remember you can go in the link, the description below. The link is in the description below. Oh, also too, you know, hey, look, so many things I have to talk about, you know. I'm definitely looking to begin, let me say this here. I'm looking to begin again. Mind your business. No, not mind. Well, yeah, mind your business still. Now, for those who remember, that's a business program we used to do every strong. We didn't have a specific day, but we would take a day out of the strong and make sure we did a program where we highlight different businesses. So I'm going to make sure I speak about this early next time, because, you know, that's how it is. A lot of people that were watching this video, they don't gone already, and trust me, they think the subject done. But anyway, so really, if you have a business, whatever it is, and everybody's supposed to have a business, and you may say, what do you mean? I work for somebody. Okay. But you see, that's what the program is about, to show you what we mean by everybody's supposed to have a business. So anyway, business. You have a website or you don't have a website. You have flyers, you have brochures, you have a Facebook page, you have a script, you have a video ad, whatever you have. You're dealing with upholsteries, you're dealing with clothes, you organic farming, you're highlighting a specific area. Of course, you know, our program is international, but you can still, even if you're just in, let's say, Ottawa, Canada, this lane, that's who you're dealing with. You don't really go no further than that. Don't be surprised, we have people there listening as well. All you have to do is just contact me. You know, I'm gonna need your script. I need to know exactly who you are, what you're pushing. You can either send pictures, the video, and what we will be doing, we will be highlighting and advertising for you, specifically on that program there. This is of no charge to anybody, whoever you are. But well, of course, let me be clear here now. I don't foresee me turning nobody back, but, you know, because I wouldn't be, let's say, super tight on anything. But obviously, if there's something that goes above beyond the principles, I can't advertise that. So not because I said that you're gonna just pick up your jerk chicken business and think you're gonna contact me. I think we're pushing that. No, man. It got to be within the holistic level of the things you hear being spoken of here. So at least user vibes, the cultural vibes we're dealing with. Yeah, man, all sorts of people listen to it. Trust me. And maybe would like the push. But no, but I'm serious on that level there. We ain't dealing with certain things. So think twice before you come. Straight up. But once it's a part of anything, to deal with anything up full, you know what I mean? I mean, whatever, you know, if it's a car rental business you're running, once you're you know, stepping up the ladder for yourself, and that's what we push it on your business, mind your business. We're dealing with not just entrepreneurs, we're dealing with big business we're dealing with, and everyone capitalize it, not the capitalistic system, you know, but everyone as much as possible capitalize it. Who wants to poor, that's their business. We not in a rich poor system and a little rich and everybody poor. Everybody's supposed to can make it, but who don't want to make it, you can't force them, because it starts with this. That's why we stopped the program the last time. I don't want nobody feel no way, but you do a program and thousands of followers watching it and so on, and nobody have a business to send it. We feel like trying to exploit you or something. We think of you, we feel like some kind of undercover or something. Wait, what is this? Who you hiding from in this time? Sure. You're sending me the secret recipe? Nah, man, just send me, and we push the business. you know, and what it is now, hopefully we wouldn't have to be advertising you every program, because we expect that people will be sending their businesses to us. Man, we're supposed to have more businesses than we can get. If we have 500 viewers for listening to this, we're supposed to see at least 250 business coming in. I have just guessing, a natural donut business. I have a natural ice cream business. I make shoes business. I make shaker business. You know, I run a taxi business. Talk to me. I have this event coming up, business. Talk to me, man. I will promote it, no charge. That's what the program is about. You know, pushing, you know, and people listen. And even if you get one person to call you and ask you about your business, that's a big plus. And it will come around. I'll make sure it comes around. But when you have 4 people sending in their business, and then you keep saying it and nobody else is sending in, that's not the idea. And that's what I said when I started it the previous time, that we are not going to keep this program going unless there is an obvious interest. So you see, like I asked that, man, we should start with at least 10 people. And I can't advertise 10 people on that 1 hour. Man, if I see the interest, obviously I double it up, you know, get guests and different ones to come in, because we're talking business, and we're talking, you know, growing the economy of self and family and community and organization and nation, everything in steps. That's really what it's all about. Each one teach one. That's really what it is. Not that nobody know more than anybody and I know more than you. No, each one teach one. I'll be looking for some what you would call participation as well. Those who think they could add some of the business, some of you business people, we'll be having one-on-one interaction, and you'll come on the program and speak of your business for yourself to the nation. That's what it's all about. So that's, we promoting each other and strengthening each other. You understand? People, and I will talk of this, I'm not going to stop saying this. People would hate on you for selling. You know, people hate me for selling it. See, like I selling this lecture, people vex. Oh, you're selling. That's so sick. That's to show you how corrupt we are in our mind. I watch all sorts of people on the internet, and not disrespecting no one. But you don't hear me come and say, hey man, send me this. You don't hear me say, send me nothing. No, you don't hear me say, send me nothing. We have the essay competition coming up, that this will be our 8th annual essay competition. Yes, during that time, we do ask for contributions and donation to the cause. And anybody that follows us know that is something that is transparent to the T. Everyone who contributes, for example, we already have people that have already contributed to it. They contributed to our, we call it the art competition, but that couldn't come off because of, you know, how the world was running still. But that has gone over into the essay competition. The people know how much receipt, and so we come and show you. So it's not like we, you know, joking with nobody when it comes to that. We don't need no money from nobody. We put our money into that to make sure it can go off properly. You understand me? So we don't come begging for nothing. We have a GoFundMe for Rastafari Experience Antigua, which I must say is something slightly different than what you see taking place here. Rastafari Experience Antigua is actually another company by itself, straight up. But that's a GoFundMe, different level, different topic, different vibration. My point is, you see us come here, and we our service and our products, we put it out, and if you can afford it and you think it's valuable, you exchange funds with. Something wrong with that? You see something wrong with that? People hate on you for that. Look what we're doing here. It's not as if this is the first time we're trying this and we hope we get it right this time. Not try, we ain't trying. We're doing it now. We opening the doors for anybody, even the haters. I ain't gonna screen you. Just say, what you name? Let me look in your eye. No, I ain't screening nobody. Just bring the business. And we can have a conversation if needs be too. And the world could hear about you and your chocolate covered, sprinkled vegan ice cream that you're making there in Hallelujah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's all about. So I'm looking for that, my family. Let's do this, man. Let's just expand, man. Everyone can take a little help, you know, man. Maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe dollars is not what I can pass to the multitude at the moment, but I can pass an opportunity that has been given to me. When I was speaking about this, we had 10,000 subscribers. Right now we're going on 17,000 subscribers. Not that 17,000 is anything big. I mean, it's millions of subscribers we suppose to have and beyond. But I'm just showing you though, billions. But I'm just showing you. So let's step it up again. We have stepped up a few notches. Let's put it that way. So let's utilize what is there before YouTube get bad-minded. Not getting done bad-minded. Before you're done, go on like how go on. And let's do what we gotta do quick and fast. So yeah, man. So if you have Bob Marley socks selling, whatever you got, Jack, this pardon me. Let's contact me. Let's start the thing, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's the Minister of Education in this thing, Nobody can tell me I ain't doing nothing. Everything starts with education. Not just chatting. I agree, it's not just chatting. This ain't chatting, brother. This is not chatting. Look, we just do a program tonight preparing you for a seminar that we're gonna have Sunday. Just preparing those of you who would see the value of it in a little $20. That's another thing. That's another thing. That's another thing. One need to get out of that dead mentality. I'm telling you straight. One supposed to already send the $20 to that cash app even before I done talk tonight. Straight up. Yeah, reality. What you think is ping pong are gonna be playing Sunday? If you see, I mean, come on. You may, oh, everybody can afford that. You don't think I know that? But don't try this. That's a field slave talking there. Not a field slave talking. House nigga. That's a house nigga talking there. You know what I mean? And a few field slaves talk like that. A slave in general, let's be have them kind of mentality there. Everybody can afford. Man, don't work that out. Man, put a percentage in that. In reality, to be nice. To be nice. Even if 75% can't afford it. And it's not that much. Enough ones can. You don't know what people do with $20. You understand? You don't know. Let that go easy. Enough ones, righteous ones, and son of Kentucky that gone. You don't know. We live around here and see them foolishness. As again, I don't feel no way. I ain't Jesse James is nobody. Trying to take nothing out of nobody. All of this is a part of the lesson. Straight up, all of this is a part of the lesson. You understand? When I say Jesse James, we ain't trying to wrap the body there. I don't tell you that already. We don't come begging. We put it on the table and we know the value. Yeah, and the sheep that hear the voice of the shepherd, they will come. They come all the time. We ain't got no problem, Don't get me wrong, We ain't got no problem. Enough respect to those that patronize and support us. And we ain't got no Patreon neither. As I say, it's not no leave a donation nowhere. We ain't got no donation box. Nothing wrong with the donation box, But I'm just trying to show you we believe in working hard and putting your valuable work out. And who see the value of it, they come and they take it up. Straight up. Enough people say they see the value, but they don't act on it. That's my point. We have lectures online that we have done that many of you haven't seen, They're still available. You can get them too. Yeah. How many of you saw the Fairy Tale Folly Days on Instagram? That was a superb lecture. full of real science. If you're serious, you know, get that on YouTube. I'm telling you. How many saw the Bible decoded? Straight up. Straight up. I'm talking to my students, not you old fogies who feel, priest can't tell me nothing. I have some willing people that sit down and listen to my words. It's them I speak it. How many of you saw that? I'm serious with you now. Say no play around. Say no, hey, it's not Sesame Street, and hey, let's hear what the priest saying tonight. How many of you saw that? How many of you saw what the other lecture we did? No, we don't call it. The black woman and all that name. Rastafari and the woman. How many of you saw Rastafari and the woman? And the first one that we did on the webinar scale, Rastafari and the Cosmos. Those 4 lectures are still available. They're still there. You could still purchase them. That's an $80 value. That's an $80 value. I would give you those 4 lectures there. Just send you the keys, 4 keys. You have to get the key to go in. I will give you the 4 of them for $50 value. Hear that? So that's for $50. It's an $80 value. Remember, we're going to do a whole program on minding your business. Eh? This is how it works. I don't know who show you that something wrong with business. So those of you who have missed all them lectures there, you could still get them for 20 each. So you could say, hey, I want the fairy tale, you get it for 20. Hey, I want and anybody out there that's saying, hey man, you're always selling, hey, the program done. You know, if it's teachings, you want that done. If you want it. This is teachings too, but because of that level, you can go and watch something else. But for those who really want the understanding of life, again, you could get any one of those that I mentioned for 20, or you could get the full package for $50. Yeah, you should have seen them if you're serious and all the talk and this knowledge is the greatest and all of that. And I ain't saying that it is, but that's what many say. One's got to be careful with the talk. Well, you have to put your money go where your mouth is. I put my money where my mouth is, and I teach that. I teach that. You got to put your money where your mouth is. You understand? Yeah. So make sure you're set up. So you're supposed to already, even while I'm talking that, WhatsApp's supposed to light up already, and everybody done buying their ticket. You understand? This is see, you play with John. John, you know, joking ticket. Trust me. All of that is a part of the lessons, a part of the teaching. And I'm challenging my good brother Daniel at all. It's just that I just didn't get a chance to bring it up. I think the tithes in the reasoning we had, the tithes is a very important thing. Very, very key thing. Them things so important. Even when he said that, for those who know what I'm talking about, I had an interview with Prophet Daniel, and from his outlook, the tithes and offerings were not that important. True, we're all prophets and priests. I understand what he's saying, and as I said, my brother, my Lord, well, you know, you're my heart, Bridget, so ain't no contention at all. In fact, I was to say that even during that lecture, the reasoning that we had, but you know, so many things came up, time moved, can't say everything one time. And I guess in reviewing it, came to me and said, oh yeah, I was to bring that up. Because I see tithing as a government, almost like tax, if you want to call it. Well, you shouldn't call it tax though. But tithe really means 1/10. There's an importance to it. And there's a lecture I have on that too, you know, but I've always been reluctant to give that lecture. One of them days I should really present it too. You know, the importance of tithing. It's high science, and well, as you know, anything we deal with is high science. So yeah, man, anyway. I didn't expect to spend this last extra moment, but it's just fellowship, man. So business is important, man. Yeah. Support one another too. All that a part of it. Just talk. Support one another. You check it, think you're gonna bring any business on my program. And I not gonna make the people that not sending their business. Everybody's supposed to be sending their business. If you're not sending business, support the business that you see come brave enough to express their business. You check it. You little children that are listening, if you're making lemonade, or you're selling tea bush, Uncle Priest Isaac will promote that for you. and bring you on as my first guest. Sure you have your website up and everything. Yeah. Hey, give thanks, eh? Nice presentation. Give thanks to Life Giver and the Keeper of Life. Remember, you could definitely get your brochure, your homeschool brochure. That's another thing altogether, but it's all right. Give thanks to the Life Giver and the Keeper of Life. And we'll send that to you, for sure. Just email us. We'll send you the homeschool brochure. You take a proper look at it, get a better understanding of what's going on. Love and Majesty. Should we seal up with a little serenade in here for the people? It has been such a nice evening. Let's leave it at that. It's all right. Holy Manuel, Selassie, Jah.